And welcome to another episode of the Football Smack Talk Show. I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Eric.
And welcome in, everybody, to another wonderful Wednesday. The week after the championship shellacking of the Washington
Yeah.
Commanders. And boy, what a game that was. Hi, Eric.
I mean, I can't say enough. What a tremendous game. From start to finish, really, Washington comes out, drives down the field, and a couple fourth down conversions, but end up having to settle for a field goal.
Yeah.
And then, a nice kickoff return. And then, that guy, Saquon Barkley, I like to call this, hey, Saquon, do that play where you're just better than everybody else. And that's what he did.
Yeah. You
Like,
getting a phone call there?
yeah.
Nice. Obviously that was a nice long drive. The Commanders had to start off the game. They converted a couple of fourth downs. And then all of a sudden they were like, we're good. We'll just kick a field goal.
Yeah.
So it was a little strange. I thought that right there set the tone for them offensively.
Right.
Where not taking the chances at the right time. And then, like you said, Saquon just doing his thing. First play of the game. Krabby Oldman checks in. What is going on? Glad that you are with us here today. This is any of you who have never seen our show. By the way, you are looking at the longest running duo in Philly sports podcast history.
We really are. We've done this for a while.
We have researched. We cannot find. We certainly have found people that have started before, but they aren't still going.
Right.
Or again, like, so if somebody happens to know, a duo. Now, again, I wish we would have kind of kept the same name throughout the whole year, so then we could just
that actually, I sometimes feel like we obviously had our little bit of a reset, but I sometimes think the same thing.
Times change. I mean, we were originally a 4 for 4 show. We were on every day or every evening.
That was rough.
Monday through Friday. So we have well over 1,000 shows together. And
so you're saying I put up with you for 1,000 hours on podcasts?
Easily.
Wow. Yeah.
And listen, for any of you who are used to maybe some of the more detailed or polished or stat-driven shows on the Eagles Pin Pull Network, that ain't
not us.
That's not us. We are two guys sitting at a bar just BSing about sports, just like you all.
Yeah, and that was the idea we wanted to take, because these were conversations that you and I would just have on the phone, and we thought, why don't we take this and give this to the masses?
Sure. Yeah, we didn't.
For the dozens and dozens who originally started with us.
Yeah, we had no idea what we were doing back 16 years ago.
What was our original tagline? Underqualified and overopinionated.
Yep. And we still are in many ways.
Absolutely.
But anyway, we're gonna have this is gonna be a quick show again. Next week, I think we'll dive into more of the
I figured this would be a recap of the NFC title game. Next week, a preview of the Super Bowl.
I feel like a lot of shows are doing that.
Yeah.
On the Eagles Pin Pull Network that way.
It's a smart play. That's a good way to stretch out 2 weeks worth,
exactly.
really a week's worth of content into 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So, Shay and Johnny are the professors. So you guys are like hanging out with my lug nut friends. I will.
That's what we're going for. That's what we're going for.
Yeah, absolutely. Because
we can be a couple of lug nuts. Oh, I'll own it. 100%. Yep.
Anyway, yeah, obviously Eric and I were both there at the game, experiencing yet another NFC championship. Although I
Again.
was I was a little disappointed I wasn't able to gather up some confetti. Seemed far away this time.
I know. There wasn't like I feel like there was a lot more 2 years ago.
There was a ton. There was a
Because I
ton.
actually managed to get a few 2 years ago
Yeah,
over
same.
my section.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
saying something. You're up there.
yeah, I'm up there.
If you stand on your tippy toes, you might be able to uh, brush, somebody's
So
feet.
basically, we had the same seats at the vet, and one of the things the guys that sat behind us, they would, which was like 2 rows behind us, they would stand up on their seats and bang the top of
Yes, I remember
the
that. I
yeah,
remember that. Yeah, that was always a great thing back in the vet.
yeah,
But yes, anyway, getting back to the game. Yeah, listen,
back to
first
bottom of
half
the seats.
was a little back and forth, and
Yeah,
there were a couple of plays where it was like, all right, like, okay, like, all right. And not that I was nervous. I was still
no,
very confident all day, all
mhm,
week leading up to it. But I was like, all right, like this is gonna be a game. Like, that's
sure,
cool. And when we scored that late touchdown and then we gave them a chance to kick that field goal before half, I was like, all right, well, listen, still 4 more points than them, and we
right.
get the
And actually,
ball.
we scored a touchdown, got a turnover on the 2-point conversion,
Well,
and then scored another one. So really, I felt like that was another 14 for 3 situation.
yeah, I mean, theoretically, if you look at it that way, yes, technically. I was just talking
Right,
about both of our last drives.
right,
And we got the ball at a half, and I was like, all right, listen, we score here, we're great. We don't score. But they don't score.
right. We both
And
went 3 and out. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So
I think it was both of ours the only 3 and outs the whole game.
yeah, 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 yeah. And then something happened. And
They just turned on the butt whooping machine.
yeah, I don't know what happened. But a switch certainly got turned on. And the Eagles just listen, I hear I hear all of the national media
Mhm.
hate on the Eagles. And listen, maybe it's just the fact that we're Eagles, fans. We talk about the Eagles. This is
Sure,
obviously what our focus is on. And we don't hear that, a lot of these national pundits are bashing everybody. I don't know. Maybe
sure.
that's the case. If that's the case, and then, why are you even there? Right.
Right.
Bashing everybody. But anyway, I hear quite a bit of the Jalen and the Nick Sirianni hatred. I hear oh well, there's no way they're gonna beat the Commanders. Jaden Daniels is playing way too good. Jalen
And Jane
Hurts is
Daniels had a good game.
he had a fine game.
Mhm.
Um, but when it comes down to this, is we have a quarterback and a head coach that seem to care about one thing:
Winning?
winning.
Yeah.
And
I like
that
winning.
is what drives them. I know it certainly drives Jalen. He
Sure.
is that's all he cares about. He doesn't care about, again, if he's throwing it for 50 yards and they win, awesome.
Right.
If he doesn't score a touchdown in a 10-game winning streak, who cares?
Yep.
They're winning. All right. Can we get better? Sure, but I don't care about the personal accolades, and I don't think Nick does either. Nick, all he does is care about his guys, and it's evident in some of these side stories where you see the video of him and Chauncey Gardner Johnson, like, just hugging
Right.
after the game, or when he's FaceTiming to Kobe Dean, or all these other things that lead you to believe that regardless of how the national media sees Sirianni, and they clearly see him like a smacked ass. Well, again,
Well,
listen.
say what you want. The guy's been in the league for 4 years. He's made the playoffs all 4 years. He's yet to lose a home playoff game. He's gone to 2 Super Bowls.
Mm.
Like, I don't know. To me, I feel like that's a good coach.
I'm pretty sure since he's been in the league, only Andy Reid and the Chiefs have won more games.
Right.
That's pretty good considering they're on
Double-digit
the cusp
wins
of a potential
every year.
dynasty.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know
Krabby
what else
says,
you want from the guy.
right. I was still unsettled late in the third when it was 34-23.
I'll
No,
tell you,
see, I
at that
wasn't.
point, I actually wasn't unsettled anymore.
Yeah, I was feeling real good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The national pundits can eat my shorts. Yeah, well,
I'm
you're
with
not
you,
wrong
bud.
on that. We could have a frickin' show about the Nick Wrights, the Mike Greenbergs, the Colin
Right.
Cowherds, the Chris
Michael
Cantys,
Wilbons. Yeah.
the whomever you want to add in there.
Mhm.
Of all, the Chris Sims, of all the idiots
Oh
out
god,
there
yeah.
that said, "Oh, Sirianni and Hurts can't do it." Saquon Barkley, that's not gonna make a difference. I mean, the Eagles are just wasting money. They don't know what they're doing. What we saw late in the year, that was what this team was. And Nick's lucky to have a job. But guess what? Nick's job was never in jeopardy.
But
It never was in
nah.
jeopardy. Not once, because if you listen to the outside noise, you would thought he would have been already fired. But no,
Oh yeah,
Lori
you thought
trusted
he'd have
him.
been fired at the end of last year. Yeah.
Yeah, Lori trusted him. Howie trusted him. And listen, there were circumstances that led to, a little losing streak there at the end. That kind of the collapses we've been calling it. But
Right.
that's all in the past. That's another team. That's not this team. And this team is 60 minutes away from getting their second Super Bowl trophy
Yeah.
in 8 years.
Which
And
is tremendous.
yeah, considering that it's already their third appearance in 8 years, which is fantastic.
Mhm.
And, you consider that teams like the Commanders, this was the first time they've been in a championship game since 1991, was it?
Yes. Yeah.
Cowboys haven't been in one since 1996. So we have to consider ourselves lucky. And, and
Sure.
and this is a great time to be an Eagle fan. But
Yeah, I mean, for those who suffered through the '70s and the '80s,
oh, right,
I'm glad you made it to this. Yeah.
God
Yeah.
bless a lot of those fans, and I'm sure Krabby will chiming in any second now of what he suffered through. And again,
Sure.
us being that next generation down, being
We suffered a
almost.
little bit, but not to the
Well,
extent
yeah, I
that
mean,
they
listen, we were too young to really kinda suffer in the '80s. The '90s, we had a few good years, but some heartbreak. And,
look, we
the
suffered through Rich Kotite.
Rich Kotite for sure. Early 2000s before Andy kinda, got it together there that first, year or
Right.
2. And, yeah, other than that but then we had a different kinda a heartbreak. We had the, "Are we ever gonna get over this hump?" No offense, but
That knocking on the door, like,
knocking on the
good,
door.
not great. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, good, not great. Well, could Andy ever do it? And, well, I guess it just wasn't meant to be here. And I'm happy for Andy. I think he's done enough to go down as one of the greatest coaches of all time, and his time period
Absolutely.
here in Philly goes into that.
Sure.
So, I'm okay with that,
He
but
resurrected a franchise that was really down in the dumps for a while. Like, we weren't very far removed from, Rich Kotite. He came in and replaced Ray Rhodes, who
yeah,
after 4 seasons with the Eagles, 2 very successful seasons where he was 10
sure.
and 6 and made the playoffs,
Yeah.
and then a couple just disastrous
Ew.
seasons. It like
Mhm. Bleh. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, and listen, he did the same thing in Kansas City, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm happy for him, but I'm also okay if he never wins another Super Bowl again.
Oh, sure.
He'll
Because
still
if he
go
doesn't
down
win another one
as one of
again,
the
that
greatest.
means he win
Yeah.
this one.
Well, right. Hey.
Um,
Yeah, he'll go down as one of the greatest coaches of all time, even
absolutely.
without winning another one.
And he deserves to. I mean,
Sure. But and we'll obviously get all into all of this next week as we break down more of the matchups and what what to expect. By the way, Eric, I assume that you are watching it at your at Laura's
yes.
with the entire family.
Yes.
Gotcha. There you go.
Which the
what are
invite
your
is open to you if you'd
Of
like to.
course. No, I of course I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think I have to figure out the Larry situation.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. But
That's always the situation.
what?
So that's always the
It
situation.
always is. Yeah. Where was it going? Oh yeah. So what are your ideally what are your plans? Should we be lucky enough to have the Eagles win our second Super Bowl in our lifetime? What are your plans for right after the game?
Honestly, probably not
Chilling?
much of anything. Yeah, I'll probably just be chilling.
So you ain't gonna go down to the city and hang out?
No, after what I saw of what happened in the city after the NFC Championship, I don't think I want to be anywhere near any of that. One kid falling from the top of the league
Well,
post.
here you go, Eric. Word of advice: don't climb freaking poles.
Oh, don't worry.
I know
Yeah, I
you
am
won't.
not climbing any poles.
Right.
Greased or
So
not, I don't care if they have little things to grab onto.
like a ladder,
I'm not-
ladder to
Yeah,
get up there.
I'm still
I'm not
not
climbing
climbing
that
that
shit.
shit. Nah.
Listen, R.I.P. to that Temple kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, listen, it's a freak accident. It sucks. It
Sure.
happens. But I'm not worried about that because I'm not going to be doing that.
Well,
I
yeah.
literally just want to be. I don't necessarily need to be in the throes of it. I want to be kind of on the outside, just enjoying it, having a cooler, like a little mini cooler of beer with me, and just drinking some beers and celebrating. Keep it nice and chill
Mm-hmm.
as much as
Yeah,
we can.
my plan is to, if we win, I'll be
Because again, you didn't
celebrating.
go down the last time,
Yeah.
remember?
No, I didn't. I know. And look, I had one of the greatest memories
Right,
of my
and
life.
I get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody's saying nothing about that. I'm
Yeah.
just saying now would be the time to do it. Get it in, 'cause then listen, when they go back next year,
Sure.
then you could be like, all right, I already did it. I don't need to go down there. And all right, cool.
So it's funny. I wanted to talk to you about this. So one of the guys I work with mentioned the idea of he was saying, I told him, I said, well, obviously my plan is to call off to go to the parade.
Yeah, obviously.
And he said, he's like, I honestly don't think I need to because like he went to the first one. He's like, I don't know that I need to go to another parade. It's like I've been to it. I'm like, wait, what?
Are we getting that spoiled that
I'm just
we're
like, you spoiled little. I know we're still
some
kind of,
bitch?
yeah.
I took off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week,
Nice.
or the
After the
following
Super
day.
Bowl. Yeah, following the Super Bowl. I got you.
Yeah. And I even wrote in and told my boss, like, hey, listen, good chance I'm canceling probably at least one of these days. And then, again, obviously, if they don't win, then I'll be canceling 3 of those days.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm probably gonna need Monday to.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. I
'Cause
took
then,
Monday
'cause then
off.
I will be drinking for another reason after the game.
Yeah. I took Monday off. Like, I don't know. I told you this. I had to put in my request off 4 weeks in advance,
Which is the
which is
stupidest thing
nuts.
ever.
Oh, believe me, we could go on a whole nother show talking about the stupidity of that place.
Hey, there you go. Maybe we should create a stupid shit at our job show.
Oh, that would be great. Oh, I'd be so fired.
Yeah, so would I. Yeah, no, Krabby, I get it. And that's
Yeah.
why I said I don't want to be like in the throes of it. I just kind of want to be on the outskirts and just to be down there, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Again, these are once in a lifetime opportunities.
But to me, it's like I'll be like, and I mean, it'd be a lot better if you were going to be there. Like,
Well, that's the
I'd be
thing. I
around
know,
everybody that I'd want that I care about being around. Like, I don't
right,
need to
right.
go
I get
down.
that. Like Larry and myself will definitely be
Yeah,
going down there. Probably, I'll
sure.
convince Shane to go down, and whomever else.
Yeah, and like, look, it's meant for like the young kids, like a Connor. Like he'll
Oh,
like,
absolutely,
I'm sure he'll be down
absolutely. Like
there.
8 years ago, I was what 30. We were 35, 36. We were on the
36. Yeah,
outskirts of. Well, you were 36. You old fuck.
no, I
Um.
was 37. Yeah,
Oh my God, you're so old.
yeah,
Just how are you alive?
it's a small miracle.
It really is for anybody who knows you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, listen, I get it. It is a lot of people, and the images from from the other day were crazy. It was wall to wall people, but
and my only concern about going to the parade is like when I went to the last parade, like one of the guys from my section, like my dad knew him, and his in-laws had a house right along Broad Street, and or
perfect.
yeah, so like we were right there, and so if I needed to use the bathroom, I could just go into his house and use the bathroom there. Like that's actually one of the biggest like horror stories I heard of everybody. Like I didn't even know where I could go to use the bathroom, and I'm like,
Well, I was
yeah,
gonna say I was talking to a mutual, I guess let's call her a mutual friend of ours,
mhm.
and that was the question that came up, like, what's the bathroom situation down there, like at like the parade? Like, do people wear diapers?
Right. Look,
I
a woman that
said
the
I
woman I
would.
work with, her son was at the parade, and I mean, like an hour before they show up there, like he was down there, like right at the art museum.
Yeah,
Hour before they show up, he's got to pee. He's got to pee. He was going to school at I think LaSalle or Drexel. I think it's
uh,
Drexel.
okay,
And so, like, eventually he was just like, look, I got to go to the bathroom. Went to the bathroom. And by the time he got to, like, he went to the dorm, comes out, they're already there. And he'd lost his spot.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I
And
was down there all day, and
yeah,
luckily there were a few porta potties,
yeah,
but hopefully they'll add more.
yeah.
They just need to add like a
Oh,
mile long.
yeah.
But luckily, I had a cousin at the time that had a house like 2 blocks away from the art museum.
Yeah. See, so you had a good hookup
Yeah,
too.
so
Yeah.
I had a good hookup too. But I don't know if she still lives down there. I'll have to check.
Okay.
Anyway, yes, but anyway, I know we're getting way ahead of ourselves.
Oh, sure. We tend to do that.
We tend to do that. But hey, listen, this is exciting. This
Sure.
was the fact of the matter is we scored more points than any other team in the history of the championship games. 55
Yeah.
points.
We put up double nickels.
Yeah. Which also, by the way, is also ties the record for most points in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Do you recall which Super Bowl that is?
It was 24. It was the 49ers and the Broncos. The 49ers beat them 55-10.
What does 24 mean?
It was Super Bowl 24.
Oh, I was like, who the hell can remember all that crap? But yes, you are correct. I don't know about the 24 part, but it was definitely 55-10 Broncos over
or Niners over Broncos. Yeah.
Or was it Niners over Broncos?
Yeah.
It wasn't Broncos over Niners?
Oh God, no. The Broncos didn't beat the Broncos first. The Broncos.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Good call.
Yeah.
But well, anyway, I
That'll be another cool thing in the next couple of weeks. I know NFL Network always runs through their Super Bowl recap show, like the half hour that recaps the whole Super Bowl. I always love. I always try to skip 39.
Yeah, naturally, of course.
Yeah.
That was a pain. Still a painful one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I always want to
And
watch 52.
honestly, 54 is still pretty painful. So
That one still irritates me. Yeah. Or
57,
57. Yeah, that's what one you mean. Yeah.
whatever it is. I can't count.
That one still irritates me. And
Like the
I
fact of
guess
the matter is, we were there,
yeah.
and I think without that holding call,
And they didn't, yeah, I was gonna say, and they didn't really beat us. Like,
yeah, without that holding call, and listen, he probably makes the field goal anyway. But
sure, but we get it with a minute 48.
That gives Jalen Hurts what? It was about a
2
minute.
minutes. Yeah, he gets 2 minutes then. He gets like a minute 48.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. There's no way in my mind that he doesn't score a touchdown
Right.
at that point. Like,
Right.
I just fully
And he
believe
comes down, scores a touchdown, and we win the Super Bowl. And
Yeah.
Jalen's the Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no more, Chris Sims of the world talking trash on him, saying he's, not a top 20 quarterback.
Well, Chris Sims, like he ought to have his media credentials revoked.
You're right. Why? The only reason why he's in the media is because of his father.
Yeah.
He was
Your
a
daddy
shitty quarterback.
was great. You were shit.
Yeah. Your father was a great quarterback and a great commentator. You were a shitty quarterback and a shitty commentator.
Yeah.
So why are you here? Also, bro wears button-up shirts all the way up with no tie.
Yeah, what a weirdo.
That's weird, bro. That's freaking
I just
weird.
can't stand, like, I have a thick neck. I can't stand that kind of pressure on my neck. I couldn't do that.
Oh, yeah, you do have a thick neck.
Yeah.
So even if you have a skinny neck, still, that's a weird look.
Yeah. Oh, it looks totally weird.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So listen, what a fantastic game. I had so much fun.
The
John,
tailgate was so much fun.
the
We were
tailgate
jamming
was-
out. I will give you credit where credit is due. You nailed the music on that. Everybody was loving it. Like passerbys, like basically you were the DJ for the tailgate. Like for not just our tailgate, the entire tailgate area.
Yeah, it felt good. That was definitely, I think that it was strategic placement of the of the speaker. We cranked it up to like 11. And yeah, I think so. So I already have in my Amazon saved for later a propane heater.
Nice.
I'm debating whether or not to go. And somebody, please, if you know more than I, there are 3 different levels of BTU output. There's like 25,000. There's like 84,000 or 85,000, and then like 200,000. But the 84, the difference between the 84 and the 200,000 is like $12. And I'm like, I feel like like price per BTU is it's a steal to get the 200, but I also feel like that might just be like, fuck, we set the whole tailgate on fire. Damn it.
You know what? Totally worth it.
So I have that ready to go. I would like to plan on bringing a microphone.
Yes.
To said tailgate, so that way we do the same setup. Passerbyers from the other team pass by, grab that mic and be like, "Boo, get the yeah, exactly." Like,
yeah,
have it like, I mean, again, all they've been doing is walking through and people talking crap to them,
right?
But then they're gonna be like, "Wait a minute, this guy brought a microphone to taunt us? Like, what?
That'd be incredible,
this, right? Like, I think that'd be hilarious."
Yeah.
But seriously, if anybody has or knows anything of one of those like propane like heater johns, I wonder if I can bring it up. I wonder if I have my Amazon connected onto this. Yeah, it's been a while, I think, since I have signed in.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were probably just on your phone doing the Amazon stuff.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I may, because I don't know about you guys, but I don't know my password to anything.
Oh God!
And if it's not one thing, if it's not like the one password, then I'm screwed. Ah, man, it's making me sign in. Son of a bee.
Yeah. No, but the microphone idea is awesome.
Yeah, I thought I liked
Yeah,
it.
when we do the toast for the old man, how cool would that be? Be on the microphone to do that? Like,
True. Did I do it? Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna bring it up. Here I go. Here I go. Share the screen and do this. Do 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 do. Share that bitch. There we go. This thing, right?
yeah. Like what the one of the old heads have.
Right. So look at this. There's the 25,000
Mhm.
BTUs at $62. This
Okay.
this John's at 80,000 at 98, and then for like $20 more, it's 200,000.
I feel like I should text Bubba, the guy who has
Yeah,
one,
you
this,
should
and
say
ask him, "Hey, will this
what's the
blow up the
BTUs?
tailgate?" Yeah,
Yeah, what's the BTUs on that
yeah.
but so I already have so not only that, but I also have I'll stop sharing. I also asked Shane, he might know. Yeah, that's true. He does kind of all that kind of stuff for his home, but um yeah, it's recommended doing 2 propane tanks. So I even have in the cart a dual thing, the splitter
Yeah.
thing to get that ready. So, um, but anyway, yeah, we're always looking to make the tailgate bigger and better.
Always
Um,
looking to make it bigger and better.
so yeah, I almost kind of want to feel like putting it out to the people of like, what's like the coolest thing you've ever seen at a tailgate that's like reasonable to do every week? You know what I mean? Not
Right.
like, oh hey, like one time, somebody brought, somebody famous. Well, okay, well,
Hey, this guy had a full couch out there. It's like,
right, yeah, I'm not gonna be
yeah,
bringing a couch.
right.
We have brought we do the the TV when we have the later games, to
Hmm.
watch the ones. Sometimes.
Hey, Dubs.
Yeah.
I mean, the third string running back scored a touchdown before the second string running back.
Oh, the curse of the Gainwell touchdown is
Will
alive and well.
Shipley scored one before Kenny Gainwell.
Yeah, that it was right after Gainwell had scored his last touchdown, and everybody in the chat was talking, and I said, "You know what? If he scores again, he's like, I'll do something, I'll do something nice for you guys. So I'll have a surprise." Obviously, it was my Kenny Gainwell jersey, which I debuted last night because I felt bad. He got a
Yeah,
concussion.
sure.
Shipley scored before him, all that stuff. So anyway, but well, listen, folks, we have wasted 34 minutes of your time not talking about a darn thing, but just having
That's
fun,
kind of what we do.
the BSing about the game, and then somehow talking about the tailgate. Um, but listen, we're
Well, I
always
mean,
up.
hey, I could BS some more. I think it's hilarious the relationships you form with the people in the stands.
Yeah, oh
Like,
yeah,
I have a guy's number in my phone right now. I have no idea what his actual name is. He's listed in my phone as Fire Andy because he was one of the chief guys that was yelling back when we were getting rid of Andy. He was yelling Fire Andy.
yeah.
And my dad used to give him a hard time. He would always show up. Like 1 o'clock game, it would be 105, 110. He'd showing up. My dad would be yelling at him, "Hey, game starts at 1." You know.
Haven't you guys been in Cancun for the last couple weeks?
Yeah. Yeah. How's Cancun? How'd the
Yeah,
golf course treat you?
how's that? I hope you guys are wearing SPF 75. It's hot down there. It's hot.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are gonna jet out of here. Again, we will be back next week. Hopefully, the full hour show, breaking down the Chiefs matchup.
Rod, but you didn't.
We should have beat you all. Yeah, you shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't.
And bottom line, we haven't turned the football over yet in the playoffs, and we forced like 3 turnovers in every game.
Not 9 total turnovers.
Yeah, 9 turnovers forced. When you win the turnover battle in 3 games, 9-0, you're going to win those games.
Yeah,
That's just how it works in the NFL.
Sure does. So, anyway, folks, that's it for us. We're gonna pop out of here. We appreciate everybody in the chat just kind of hanging out with us as we are winding down the in between week. But please make sure you stay tuned. Stay tuned to all of the other shows here on the Eagles Pin Pull Network. We will be breaking down everything you need to know about the Chiefs game, starting probably maybe even Friday with the Kelly Green Hour, but I'm not sure exactly how they're going to handle their weeks as well. So, but either way, stay tuned. Make sure you are following everything Eagles Pin Pull, whether you are on Twitter, Facebook, which we've been having some issues with our Facebook and streaming, but we'll figure it out. And then, of course, on X. Speaking of X, make sure you follow us right here at Philly Sports PSA for all other content. Yeah, other than that, enjoy the week off. Have fun. Do something nice for the lady in your life because this
next weekend you won't be doing
next weekend you ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, go Birds. Eric, do you have anything to add before we pop on out of here?
Nah.
All right. Gotta love it, as always. So for the Football Smack Talk Show, I'm Ryan.
I'm Eric. Happy football, everybody, and go Birds.
Go Birds.